Facts about elephants. 1. They have a good memory. An elephant has a very large brain for its size, and the temporal lobe region responsible for memory is more developed with a greater number of folds. This results in powerful abilities to download important survival data such as where to find food and water, and who is friend or foe. Elephants can remember an experience from when they were a baby throughout their whole life. They can even remember routes they have used years ago. As they pass through those routes, they remove any obstructions to find their way. They are intelligent enough and have good enough memories to take revenge. Let's just say big with brains. Number 2. They are currently the largest land animals. To be specific, the African elephant is the heaviest land mammal on Earth, weighing up to 6.6 tons. They typically grow to 35 feet from trunk to tail and have a shoulder height of 13 feet.
What is interesting is that elephants can run at a speed of 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. This applies only for a short distance due to their weight. But elephants are weird because no matter how fast they go, their footfall pattern doesn't change. They use a walking footfall pattern even at top speed. Number 3. Elephants are afraid of bees. Let that sink in for a second. The largest animal on land is so terrified of a tiny insect that it will flap its ears, stir up dust and make noises when it hears the buzz of a beehive. Of course, a bee's stinger can't penetrate the thick hide of an elephant. But when bees swarm, and African bees swarm aggressively, hundreds of bees might sting an elephant in its most sensitive areas, the trunk, mouth and eyes. And they hurt. Number 4. Elephants communicate with vibrations. Here's one of the more interesting facts about elephants: they can communicate with their feet. There are many ways in which elephants can communicate. They can trumpet call each other, usually when greeting family members. Use body language, and typical senses such as touching and scenting. However, one of the most unique communication methods elephants use is through seismic signals, where they create vibrations in the ground, allowing other elephants to detect and absorb them through their feet and bones. The communication channel can work at incredibly vast distances and alarming speed. Number 5 is very sad. The statistics of the elephant population is worrying. Ivory, which is found in elephant trunks, has been an incredibly lucrative industry. Dating back to hundreds of years ago, ivory is often seen as a status symbol. Due to the massive illegal elephant poaching in the 1970s and 1980s for ivory, around 90% of African elephants have been wiped out in the past century. Although many countries have now banned the trade, more than 20,000 elephants are still killed every year to satisfy demand for ivory in different parts of the world. Imagine, around 90% of African elephants have been wiped out in the past century, largely due to the ivory trade, leaving an estimated 415,000 wild elephants alive today. Asian elephants are also under threat, having declined by at least 50% in the last 3 generations. There are only around 48,000 to 52,000 individuals left in the wild. As their habitat changes, fragments, and is lost to human settlements and agriculture. Populations of Asian elephants are finding it harder to follow their traditional migration routes to reach water, feeding and breeding grounds, and they're coming into often dangerous contact with people. It is sad that if this continues, one day we will not have this beautiful animals. Let's do all we can to protect our wildlife.